Right, so everything is done. The ropes, I've pulled the ropes in, it's raised on the back. So it sometimes helps if you just give the front a little push out. So I just give the front a little push. There it goes, it's very easy. Now I have to run back before I get left behind. Okay, so this is the throttle. You have to put it in, pop it in gear like that. Pop the little thingy in. If I can get it, there you go. So that's in gear, and the controls, there's the tiller. I've got to steer now, so I will be back soon, and we're off. Right, so now we're actually moving. I'm not going to take a long tourist video of the boat going down a canal, but I will show you the basics. It's quite pretty around here. That's the way we came, obviously. So the only real thing to note when steering the boat is that boats turn from the middle, not from the front or the back. So when you manoeuvre, you have to imagine the boat turning round on a centre point, which takes a lot of getting used to. I had a lot of bangs and knocks while I was learning what to do, but once you get used to it, it's fine. Also, you can't steer the boat in reverse. It just tends to just go backwards. So you have to do all your steering on the forward manoeuvres and some of it on the backward manoeuvres. Sorry, none of it on the backward manoeuvres. There's some interesting things about the ropes that is worth knowing. It's very important to have a rope tied to the middle of the boat where its turning circle is. This is called a midline, and when you come to moor, you can pull the boat in by this line here. If you try and pull it in from a line attached to the back, like that line there, the front will kick out and go across the canal, creating hours of fun as you then pull the front rope and the back kicks out. I spent a long time doing that till somebody told me about the midline. Another thing you will see, that is the wash coming out of the boat. If you're not going fast enough, if there's no wash, you can't steer. That was something else I had a lot of fun finding out, and nearly crashed into some other boats because I was going really slowly in an attempt not to well, just to take things slowly basically and cautiously. But if you go too slow, you can't steer, and that creates a lot of problems in itself. And the other thing is you should keep slow and try not to create any wash. You see there's not any notable wash coming out of the boat because it washes up against the edges and disturbs the birds and erodes the bank and stuff. Okay. Right, so this is a water point. These are provided by the canal people, the canal authorities, in exchange for your annual licence fee, part of what you get. £1,000 a year roughly for this boat because of its length. So that's the water point. You need a special key to open it, which you can get from the water authority. Connect the hose. The hose goes into the front of the boat. Whoops, just there. Some lovely wildlife there, some little ducks, and there's a couple of more hens. The boat has a plug on like that, for the water cap, and you need a special tool, one of these, to undo the cap. Okay, so the boat's tied up at this water point. We also fill some spare water jacks as well, so it's good to have as much water as possible. Some people wash their boats at these points as well because the water's clean. See where that bridge has been chewed up by all the boats bumping against it. Over there are some locks, so I'll be doing a few locks today as well, not too many though. So yeah, that's the basics of the water point. Hello, I'm currently on the canal. We're just doing some locks, if you can see them in the distance there, but Ruth's just setting the lock in the right direction, which means currently it's empty, it needs to be filled up. So she's just undone the paddles, the water will pour into the lock and it will eventually raise up, and then I'll be able to, she'll open the gate, I'll put the boat in, and then you open the gates on the other side, or not the sluices, whatever they're called, and the water all drops down, the boat reaches a different level, and I'll drive it out. You can see at the moment it's I need to re-steer the boat, it's going all over the place, but I've just got to wait here for like 5 minutes while the water sets. Doing locks takes quite a while, but it's just part of canals, and it's quite a pleasant experience. It's quite fun using this machinery, which is hundreds of years old. Well, they replace it regularly, but the you know, the ideas are hundreds of years old. It's quite ingenious, and yeah, it's really good. So just show you a bit where I am. You could wait in far worse places, couldn't you? Yeah. Okay. Hello. We have stopped eventually. It takes a while because we tend to go pretty slow, and there was a big load of locks, about 10 locks. So this is where we are now. This is really nice. It's very quiet. You can see, there's no roads for ages. There's a road a long way in the distance, but it's important for us not to have any roads or railway tracks nearby for the cats. It's, I don't know if you can see in the distance there, and there's a castle. That's quite interesting. I have to go and explore that. So you can see Ruth's just sorting out the hose. I tied the boat up, but I will do a video on tying knots at some point if it's of interest. Anyway, I'm going to let the cats out now. You can see there's a lock just there, so it'd be a good opportunity. I could go up there and show a video on how a lock works, because I know when I get my boat I didn't really know, and I couldn't find a good video. So okay, let's see if the cats want to come out. So here comes Princess Leonard and her baby. Oh, I'm sorry it jammed up like that. I think I've got too much data on the phone. So you can see, this is classic. This is exactly what happens. They come out and look how happy they are. Whoa, should be more. Watch what I'm doing more. Hello. Hello. You can see the princess, she's run all the way up there, and he's off as well. The other two will come out when they're ready, but yeah, so they love it. So we'll be here hopefully for around 2 weeks, and then we'll carry on.